Welcome in the next very short episode of Pragmatic Talks, where we have Jim Benson, who is the inventor of the Lean Coffee, the tool that I was mentioning a couple of times in the Pragmatic Talks, and the tool that I've been using for a long time in various situations, also at our company, but also during some meetups and conferences that we're hosting. Welcome to Pragmatic Talks, a podcast and video series where we discuss startups, contemporary digital product development, modern technologies, and product management. Hi, Jim.
Hi.
So could you tell us how did it started? Where did you get the idea about the Lean Coffee from?
Lean Coffee started exactly as you want it to have started. Many years ago now, I can't remember how many, but it was a lot now. I met up for coffee with my friend Jeremy Lightsmith. And we're sitting there having coffee, and he says, hey, in Seattle, there's a lot of people who are doing Kanban and personal Kanban. So, we should start some sort of like professional organization, or a regular meetup around this. And I was like, oh, that sounds like work. We have to get speakers, and we have to buy pizza, and we have to find a location, and we have to, and he said, well, we should do something. And I was like, well, why don't we just like get together every so often at a coffee shop, and we'll just like put a little Kanban on the table that says like not talked, talking, talked, and then we'll just vote on stuff, and then we'll just talk about it, and then that way we've got kind of some structure, but otherwise it's just a bunch of people getting together and actually talking about this stuff and doing something practical. It's like, oh, that's great. So then 2 weeks later, we had the first Lean Coffee at the Uptown Espresso in South Lake Union in Seattle, and then literally by the end of the year, they were everywhere on Earth. It was the most crazy viral thing ever. Completely not monetizable. I should have made like Lean Coffee kits or Lean Coffee certifications.
Certification, especially.
That's right. I am the dot voting. I've got my dot voting certification. I've got my Move It to the Right certification.
Special Lean Coffee cards.
That's exactly.
So what year that was?
It must have been like 2011, maybe?
So I was the user of Lean Coffee probably from the very, very beginning. So as you said, it became very viral since it get to Poland also 2011 or 2012.
Yeah. That's probably Pavel's fault, but yeah.
Pavel Brzezinski. Yes. Yeah, now I recall it. Perfect. Okay, so if you could tell to the people what the structure looked like, because not everyone is familiar with the Lean Coffee yet. So what is the structure of Lean Coffee? How does it work?
Okay, well, it's pretty much as simple as I just said. So you have a bunch of people that get together. Everyone gets Post-it notes and pens, and you write down anything that you want to talk about on the Post-it note, and then that goes into the backlog. And then people vote. They write dots on the Post-it note to vote. Everyone gets 3 votes. And you can vote twice for the same thing or 3 times. It doesn't matter. But people vote, and then you talk about the things in the order voted. Since then, people have put some time boxing on it. So they've said, like, after a certain number of minutes, you can say, keep going, or I don't care, or this sucks, don't make me talk about it anymore. By that, you can stop the thing from being talked about. So most meetings that you go into, you will find that people talk about something forever. And it's no one's job to tell them to shut up. So the voting lets you move on in a way that isn't confrontational. It's also when you go into any normal meeting and there's an agenda and your topic isn't on the agenda, the first thing you do is figure out how to stick your topic into the agenda without anybody noticing. But at a Lean Coffee, if you write your topic down and nobody votes on it, then you just know I can't talk about that. I have been shocked at how well it works, how quickly it works, and how people just seem to enjoy it. The last little bit about the structure is you go to a meeting to decide something, to get alignment around something, or to create a product or move something forward. When you have a meeting and nobody takes notes, or one person takes notes, or you have a bot taking notes, then people don't know what value other people got out of that meeting. So we put at the end a column that basically says just like learning or actions. And then what we do is we tell people when they're going through the Lean Coffee, if anything's interesting to you, write it down on a Post-it note and put it in the learning column. Now, when is something interesting to you? Something's interesting to you when it causes you to have a reaction. So when you say write down something that's interesting, people will not write anything down. But if you say write down something that makes you laugh or flinch or get upset or cry or make you want to flip the table over, that's something you should write down on a Post-it note and put in the middle of that, because you know that it's had an impact. And that lowers the bar for what is important to everyone, including yourself. And you start to see value that you get out of meetings even when you didn't see it before. And that's really cool. Lean Coffee for me is like so much like my baby, because it went off and did things that I never expected it to do. Personal Kanban does exactly what I expected it to do. But Lean Coffee, man, it's been far more successful than I ever thought it would be.
Honestly, I'm really grateful that we managed to meet here, and that I shake your hand and say
thank you.
thank you for Lean Coffee. This is probably the tool that thanks to which I've learned probably the most in my life. I learned, or maybe not learned, but I solved the greatest number of problems or issues that I was facing, thanks to Lean Coffee. So thank you, Jim, for that.
You're welcome. And I will just note that this is what people want out of any visual control, is for you to see the thing that makes you say, aha. And that means that you need to build the visual control to be as simple as it possibly can, which is like the beauty of the Lean Coffee, is it doesn't try and do anything more than just be.
Thank you. Thank you very much for this explanation, this history of Lean Coffee. To all of you, if you would like to try Lean Coffee, just do it.
Just do it. Yes.
Find a group of people, put down some topics, some problems that you would like to solve, some challenges that you are facing. Start the Lean Coffee discussion, prioritize the discussion, time box it, do the voting. When you do the vote up, talk for another time box, like another 3 minutes, do another voting until you will decide as a group that there is no more to talk about, and that you can move to another topic.
So I'll tell one quick story about Lean Coffee and why I think why and how it surprised me. So we were working with one company, and it was very, very top down, and so a very big distance between vice presidents, senior vice presidents, and normal people. Normal people would never talk to an SVP. And we did a Lean Coffee once with two people, one very low and one very high, who previously would not speak to each other, like in a meeting would not speak to each other, who had a really great one-on-one conversation over a Lean Coffee because the format flattened the structure for them. It was a topic they both wanted to talk about. They talked about it with respect, and they talked about it openly. The bit there is that when you're in a company and you want to have a meeting and you don't want that meeting to be overly politicized, set the topic for the meeting and then come in and just write down in the Post-it notes everything about that topic that you want to talk about. And then you will get the wisdom of the crowds. You'll get the things that the room wants to talk about. It will always surprise you, but it's okay to set a topic, all right, an overall topic.
So thank you, and thank you everyone for watching this, and I hope that you will become, if you are not yet, you will become the Lean Coffee user as well, and you will try it on yourself. Thank you. Pragmatic Talks is delivered to you by Pragmatic Coders, the first choice software development partners for startup founders. Be sure to catch all new episodes. Subscribe to our YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcast channels. And if you are thinking about building your own startup or struggling with product development, contact us and find out what we can do together.